And keeping with the Halloween theme, now what we're going to do is, what if they wanted me to actually calculate 4 to the power of 5? Well, I could calculate 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 times 4, right? But there's a simpler way to do it, and of course that's with our calculator. Now I have 3 different calculators down the side here, and the reason I have that is depending on the type of calculator you have will depend on what button you're going to push. Now, this calculator here, the button that I'm interested in is y to the x. So if I have y to the x, that would be my power button for this calculator, right? And I'm going to get rid of that and just delete that one. And if I had a different calculator, the buttons were going to be different again. Now on this calculator, the button I'm interested in is this one here, and that's actually the same button that the graphing calculator has. So if I want to use an exponent for this type of calculator, the button I'm interested in looks like an upside down arrow, and it's actually called a caret. Why anyone would call that a caret, I'm not sure, but someone along the line has decided to call that a caret. And the third type of calculator I might have has a different button, and for it, if I'm interested in finding exponents, it uses x to the power of y. So that's important for me to know what button I have on my calculator. So if you're using your own calculator, then you should know that. If you're using someone else's calculator, such as a borrowed one for me, you want to make sure that you know where that button's located. Okay, so on some calculators it's x to the power of y, for others it's y to the power of x, and for other calculators it's this funny shape here called a caret. Now if I'm going to calculate 4 to the power of 5 on my calculator, I would actually take my calculator, I would enter the number 4, followed by whatever button your calculator uses. Okay, it could be that one, or the caret one. After I do that, I hit the number 5, and in every single calculator I know you also have to then go equals. And when you do that for this question, you end up with, and I'm not doing this in my head, 3,125. And now we're going to look at some other examples. Are you ready? Okay, let's look at some examples using our calculator. And the first one we're going to write down is going to be 2.5 to the power of, let's do 5. Okay, because that's not something I would do in my head. Now, I'll be perfectly honest, I'm going to bring up a calculator and I'm going to type those numbers in. And this is just the normal calculator off of my computer. So I'm going to type in 2.5 and I'm going to put my power button followed by 5 equals. And when I do that, I end up with 97 decimal, and there were quite a few decimals there, 65625. 65625. Okay, now let's try another one. 2. Let's try 5 to the power of 6. Now, I have a feeling that this is going to be a fairly large number. So 5 to the power button 6 equals, so it's going to be 15,625. So it's important to know how your calculator works. Otherwise, you lose track of how many times you hit 5 times, 5 times, 5 times, 5 times. So that's one of the reasons why we use exponents, is because it saves time and there is less chance that I'm going to make an error. Now what you're going to do now with the rest of the class is there are questions for you to complete, okay, and you can expect that you're going to have a quiz on Monday afternoon related to using your calculator and also being able to express something as a single power. If you have problems with that after doing the questions, then you need to come to math help. And also, I want to wish all of you a very happy Halloween. Make sure that you keep safe and you don't do anything I wouldn't do, which means you probably won't be doing too much.